And I'm live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. Today is day 109. I want to say. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Just let my phone. Anyways, with it being too foreign, it's really just, I guess, interesting. Yesterday, I read 5 chapters of Job. I probably will read 5 chapters again today. Just kind of hearing about how, like, in this situation, both groups of the party and their ideas about God are kind of wrong. Because Job really thinks that he's kind of asking the question, is God unjust? And the friends kind of think God's super just by the world standards, where if you do evil, bad things happen. If you do good, good things happen. And so Job's always really interesting chapter, kind of for me about that too. And so yeah, let me get started now. In chapter 15, second series of speeches. Eliphaz speaks. Then Eliphaz the Temanite replied, "Does a wise man answer with empty counsel, or fill himself with the hot east wind? Should he argue with useless talk, with words that serve no good purpose? But if you undermine the fear of God and hinder meditation before him, your inquisitivity teaches you what to say and choose the language of crafty. Your own mouth condemns you, not I. Your own lips testify against you. Were you born? Were you the first human ever born? Or were you brought forth before the hills? Did you listen in on the counsel of God, or have a monopoly of wisdom? What do you know that we don't? What do you understand that is not clear to us? Both great hair and elderly are with us, older than your father, and God, our God's consolation is not enough for you. Even words that deal gently with you, why have your heart misled you? Why have your eyes flashed to turn anger against God, and such loud words to leave your mouth? But what is a mere human that he should be pure, one born of a woman that should be righteous? God puts no trust in his holy ones. One is not pure inside, how much less is one who is revolting and corrupt. He drinks injustice like water. Listen to me, and I'll inform you. I will describe what I've seen, not the wise that I have declared, not concealed, that came from their ancestors to whom the land was given when foreigner passed among them. Wicked person writhed in the path all his days. Throughout the number of years reserved for ruthless, dreadful sounds fills his ears. When he's at peace, robber attacks some ways and believe he'll return from darkness. He's a destined for a sword. He wanders about for food, asking, "Where is it?" He knows the day of darkness at his hand. Trouble and distress terrify him, overwhelming him like a prepared for battle. For he stretched out his hand against God. He is arrogantly opposed to the Almighty. He rushes headlong at him with his thick, shreds heels through. Though his face is covered with fat and placed on bulges with it, he will dwell in cities and abandon houses detestable to become piles of rubble. He will no longer be rich. His wealth will not endure. His possessions will not increase. Then the land he will not escape from the darkness. Flames will wither his shots. By the breath of God's mouth he will depart. Let him not put trust in the worthless things. Being led astray for what he gets in exchange will prove worthless. And yet, being accomplished before time and branch like the floor, he'll be like a vine that drops its unripe grapes, and like an olive tree that sheds its blossoms. For the company of the godless will have no children. Fire will consume the tents of those who offer bribes. They'll conceive trouble and give birth to evil. The room prepares for deception. Chapter 16. Job replied to Eliphaz. Then Job answered, "I have heard many things like these. You are all miserable comforters. Is there no end to your empty words that provokes you to continue testifying? If you're in my place, I could also talk to you like I could string words together against you and shake my head at you. Instead, I would encourage you with my mouth, and a consolation from my lips would bring relief. I speak with my suffering not relieved, and I hold back. Does any of it leave me? Surely he has now exhausted me. He had devastated my entire family. He had shriveled up me, and I have become a witness. My family rises up against me and testifies to my face. His anger tears at me and harasses me. He gnashes his teeth at me. My enemy pierces me with his eyes. They open their mouths against me and strike my cheeks of contempt. They join themselves together against me. God hymns over the unjust. He throws me into the wicked. I was at ease, but the shattered me. He seized me by the scruff of the neck and smashed me into pieces. He set me up as his target. His archers surround me. He pierces my kidneys without mercy and pours my bile on the ground. He breaks through my defenses again and again. He charges at me like a warrior. I have some sackcloth over my skin. I bury my strength in dust. My face is grown red and weeping. My darkness covered my eyes, although my hands are free from violence and my earth pure. Earth, do not cover my blood. May my cry be heard. We help finding resting place. Even now, my witnesses in heaven and advocate in the heights, my friends scoff at me as I wait for God. I wish that someone might argue for a man with God just as anyone would with a friend. For only a few years will pass before I go to the way of no return. Chapter 17, potentially halfway through. My spirit's broken, my days are extinguished. Graveyard awaits me, surely mockers around me. My eyes must gaze at the rebellion. Accept my pledge, put up security for me. Who else do my sponsor? You have closed their minds to understanding, therefore you will not honor them. If a man denounces his friends who are prized, he has children of fall. He has made me an object of scorn to the people. I have become a man of people spit at. My eyes have grown dim from grief, and my whole body has become but shadow. The upright are appalled at this, the innocent are roused against the godless. Yet the righteous person will hold up to his way, and those hands are clean will grow stronger. But I come back and try again. All of you, I will find a wise man. I will not find a wise man among you. My days slip by, my plans have been ruined. Even thanks to dear far they turned 9 day, and made light seem near the face of darkness. I wait Sheol as my home, spread out and bend as darkness to say to corruption. Fear my father and go to the maggot, my mother or sister. Where then is hope? Who can see hope for me? I'll go down to the gates of Sheol, or will they descend together to the dust. Chapter 18. Probably not the final chapter. Bildad speaks. The Bildad the Shunammite replied, How long until you stop talking? Show some sense, and then you can talk. Why are your guards cattle as stupid in your sight? You who tear yourself in anger, should the earth be abandoned on your account, or a rock be removed from its place? Yes, the light of the wicked is extinguished, the flame of his fire is not glow, the light of his tent goes dark, and the lamp beside him is put out. His powerful try to shorten him, for his own schemes trip him up. He set his own feet and lead him into the net. He strays into the mesh. The trap catches by the heel. A noose seizes him. A rope lies hidden for him on the ground and snares his way along the path. Terrors find him on every side and harass him on every step. His strength is depleted. Disaster lies ready from the stumble. Parts of the skin are eaten away. Death firstborn consumes his limbs. He is ripped from the security of his tent and marches away. The king of terrors. Nothing he owns remains in his tent. Burning sulfur is scattered over his home. His roots below dry up, and his branches above wither away, and all memory of him perishes from the earth. He has no name anywhere. He is driven from light to darkness and chased from the inhabitants of the world. He has no children or descendants among his people, no survivor who used to live. And those west are appalled at his fate, while those east are trembled in horror. Indeed, such is ruling of the unjust man, and place the one who does not know God. Chapter 19. This is probably going to be the final chapter now. It's the 5th chapter for today. Judge replied to Bildad. Then Job answered, How long will you torment me and crush me with words? Have I you have humiliated me 10 times now, mistreat me without shame, even if it's true that I've sinned. But my mistake concerns only me. If you really want to appear superior to me and use my disgrace as evidence against me, then understand that it is God who has wronged me and caught me in his net. And I cry out violence, but he gets no response. I call for help, but there's no justice. He's blocked my way so I cannot pass through. He has revealed my past. His darkness, he stripped me of my honor, removed the crown from my head. He he tears me down on every side, so I'm ruined. He uproots my home like a tree. His anger burns against me. He regards me as one of his enemies. His troops advance together. They construct a ramp against me and camp around my tent. He has removed my brothers from me. My acquaintances have abandoned me. My relatives stopped coming by. My close friends have forgotten me. My house guests and female servants regard me as a stranger. I am a foreigner at their sight. I call for my servant, but he does not answer. Even if I beg him with my own mouth, my breath is offensive to my wife, and my own family finds me repulsive. Even young boys scorn me. When I stand up, they mock me. All my best friends despise me, and those who I love have turned against me. My skin and my flesh cling to my bones, and I have escaped the only skin of my teeth. Have mercy on me, my friends, have mercy. For God has struck me, why do you persecute me as God does? You'll never get enough of my flesh. I wish that my words were written down, that they were recorded on a scroll or inscribed in stone forever, by iron, stylus, and lead. But I know that my Redeemer lives, and at the end he'll stand in dust. Even after my skin is destroyed, yet I'll see God in my flesh, and I'll see him in myself. My eyes look at him, not a stranger. My heart longs within me. If you say, how will you pursue him, since the root of the problems lies with him? Be afraid of the sword, because the wrath brings punishment by the sword, so that you may know that there is judgment. Okay. Well, it's only at 10 minutes. And so I'm really interested by this. So I'm going to read 6 chapters today. Chapter 20, Sophra speaks. And Sophra the Naamite replied, this is why unsettling thoughts compel me to answer, because I'm suspect. I've heard a rebuke that insults me, and my understanding makes me reply. Don't you know that ever since iniquity from the time a human was placed on earth, the sway of the wicked has been breathed, and the happiness of God has lasted only a moment. Though his arrogance could reaches heavens, and his head touches the clouds, he'll vanish forever like his own dung. Those who know him will ask, where is he? And he'll fly away like a dream, never to be found. He'll be chased away like a vision in the night. And the eye that saw him will see no more, and the household will no longer see him. His children will beg from the poor, for his own hands must get back to his wealth. His frame may be full of vigor, but it'll down him in the dust. Though evil taste sweet in his mouth, he conceals it under his tongue. But no cherishes it and not let it go, but keeps it in mouth. Yet the stomach of he turns into cobra's venom inside him. He swallows his wealth, but must vomit it up. God forces it down his stomach. He'll suck the poison of cobras, and viper fangs will kill him. He'll not enjoy the streams of rivers flowing plain curds. He'll return to the fruit of labor without consuming it. He doesn't enjoy the profits from his trading, for the oppressed is abandoning the poor. He sieges the house he did not build, because his appetite is never satisfied. He's not let anything he desires to escape. Nothing is left for him to consume. Therefore, his prosperity will not last. At the height of his success, distress will come to him. The full weight of his misery will crush him. When he fills his stomach, God will send his burning anger against him, raining down on him while he's eating. If he flees from iron weapon, an arrow from the bronze bow will pierce him. He pulls out his back, the flashing tip of his liver. Terror comes over him until darkness is reserved for the treasures of fire fanned by human hands. Consume him, will feed on what is left intent. The heavens will expose iniquity, and earth will rise up against him. Possessions in his house he removed, flowing on the day of God's anger. This wicked person is a lot from God. The inheritance of God ordained him. That's all the reading I'm going to do for today. So it kind of just starts out talking about the friends. Like I said at the beginning, there's like kind of, I'll blame Job for what's happening, saying he must have sinned because God only punishes us for evil. He punishes in good. He does good is what they're saying. And so then Job blames God some more and talks about how Sheol will open its gates for him, which I'm pretty sure that's just kind of like the word for hell back then. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And so, like, then, like, Job says that he wants to see God himself, kind of. And so the friends continue and, like, tearing him down a little bit. And then it kind of ends off. So it's still a bit of a shorter day. Honestly, like, if I wasn't recording this, on my own, I'd probably just sit down one night and just read through all of Job in a single sitting. Just because those kinds of stories, I can just sit and read really fast, like, and process it all, like, really easily. So I could probably read Job, like, in 2 hours if I was going kind of slow. But anyways, hope you had a great day so far. Have a great rest of your day. Remember, God loves you, and goodbye.